Hi, this is Rain from Rain Travels, and we are going to continue from our visa facilitation video last week. So this one is about the verification against the EU law. So let's start. Our traveler profile is a third country national, Lisa K. She is married to an EU national resident in the Netherlands, and she will be traveling to the Schengen area with her husband. So first off, what is the verification against the EU laws? So this is a procedure that allows you to demonstrate that the EU law is applicable to you so that you can obtain a residence permit by virtue of being a family member to an EU national, an EEA, or a Swiss national who is legally a resident of that particular EU country. There are 6 conditions that you must meet for the verification against the EU laws. The first condition is you have to have a valid passport. So you need a passport so that you can travel to the EU country. Next one, you do not pose a threat to public order or national security. This means that you do not have any criminal activities or you are able to provide a police clearance. The third one, your family member who is an EU, EEA, or Swiss national is a lawful resident in the Netherlands. For the fourth condition, you would need to provide a valid passport or identity card of your family member who is an EU national, an EEA national, or a Swiss national who is legally resident in the Netherlands. Fifth condition, you must be able to provide a health insurance. And the sixth one is your family member should have a sufficient income. You can go to the description box to check what are the requirements for the income. Since you already know what the conditions are, now who can apply for verification? So we have several criteria here as well. So you can apply for verification if you are 1. The spouse or registered partner of a union citizen. 2. The unmarried partner of a union citizen. 3. You are the child or grandchild under the age of 21 of a union citizen or the partner of a union citizen. 4. You are a financially dependent child or a grandchild aged 21 or above, or the parent or grandparent of the union citizen or of his or her spouse or registered partner. And lastly, you or another family member of the EU citizen who is financially dependent, living together, and requiring care because of a serious health problem. There is also a special case for family members of a Dutch national which fall under the EU law. However, we will not be discussing that one. So here's the list of the required documents that you would need to provide. First, you need to give a copy of your bio data page of your passport. Second, you will need to provide a copy of the registration certificate of the union citizen or a copy of his or her valid residence permit in the Netherlands. Lastly, documents that prove that your family member is actively performing work or actively employed in the Netherlands and his or her employment is sufficient enough to provide for both of you. Now, the next set of documents would depend on your situation as a family member to the union citizen. If you are the spouse or registered partner, provide a copy of your marriage certificate. And if need be, make sure that it is authenticated. If you are the unmarried partner, you must be able to provide documents that would show you that you have a durable relationship with a union citizen. This would include any of the following. First off, proof that you have lived together, whether in the Netherlands or outside, for at least 6 months. Next, if you have a child together, a copy of his or her birth certificate. You would also need to fill out the declaration of relationship for partner of EU citizen, which can be found in the appendix. If you are the child or grandchild under 21, you must be able to provide a copy of your birth certificate showing proof of your relationship to the union citizen, and make sure again that it's authenticated. If you are the parent, grandparent, child, or grandchild over 21 of the union citizen, provide your documents that you are a family member, again authenticated if necessary, as well as provide documents that showing that you are financially dependent on the union citizen or his or her spouse or registered partner. Aside from that, you must also be able to show that your financial and social situation is dependent on the union citizen or his or her spouse. For other family members like a sibling, number one, documents that prove that you are a family member of the union citizen. You can also show that you are financially dependent on the union citizen. And again, your financial and social situation that requires support from the union citizen, as well as proving documents that you have lived together in the country of origin, and proving that you have a serious health problem and that you rely on your family member for care. Do take note that official foreign documents like birth certificates and marriage certificates must be authenticated and translated into Dutch, English, French, or the German language. For the application process itself, I have here outlined 4 steps. So let's go to step 1. Step 1. You should travel to the Netherlands first. You cannot begin the verification if you are not in the Netherlands. So you can travel to the Netherlands on a facilitation visa, or if you are visa exempt, then you can just proceed to the Netherlands. Watch the previous video for the steps on how to get a facilitation visa for the Netherlands. Step 2. Apply online or submit a written application form. For the online application, you would need your DigiD application with SMS code, and then the ideal to pay for your application, so internet banking, and a QR code to proceed with the online application. This is what it looks like. For the written application, the sponsor must have a proof of registration in the Netherlands, so that means you cannot proceed with the online application then, and a QR code to get the application form. This is the sample application form. Some reminders in filling in the application form. Take note that the form consists of several appendices, and make sure to fill in only the appendix based on your situation, and before you submit, make sure to complete and sign the form. The sample appendix for the declaration of relationship for partner of EU citizen. If you are already a spouse, do not sign this one. Number 1, for the documentary evidence, make sure that you submit clear legible copies and that they are printed on A4 paper. And then, aside from that one, on every copy, if you have your V number or client number, write them down, or your personal details. Here is a sample header for the documentary evidence. Here I've included the applicant's name, her passport number, and her email address. Again, reminder, for official foreign documents, make sure that they are authenticated. So that means for Filipinos, it has to be apostilled by the DFA. Also, for the language, all documents must be in either Dutch, English, French, or German. So do check the list of official translators in your country. Step 3. Payment of the application fees. Once the IND has received your application, they will be sending you a letter with the amount of fees that you would need to pay and how to pay for them. For adults, it's 69 euros, and then for children, it's 37 euros. And step 4, the long part. So waiting for the decision. The decision period is 6 months. And take note that you will be receiving a letter from the IND stating when your decision or when they will decide on your application. If you have a positive application, then step 5, collecting your residence document. You'll receive a letter from the IND with the instructions on how to collect your residence document. So, those are the different steps that you should do when applying for verification against the EU law. Thanks for watching. That's it for this video. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights.